Well, you got your Once Upon a Time in the West right here. From the best in the West. Yeah, the Spaceship Love. 9,000 feet high in the Rocky Mountain sky. Helping your heart and take off and fly. Despite the darkness of such a delightful tale as Once Upon a Time in the West. Oh my goodness. Hostility, brutality, blood and guts, and a mean, simple kind of justice. Oh, gritty as can be, man. Ooh, and from which you're never set free, except now we watch it in a movie and only living in a reality in them dirty old cities where everybody's gunfighting. But, you know, it kind of migrated to the east from the west. Now the west is best and blessed, I should say. Not necessarily best, but blessed. Because the violence doesn't have that form anymore. Once upon a time in the west. But see, we did our best with that. We know the pleasure it is to be the bad guy in the movie. The Lee Van Cleef. The ratfink that would take them all down if he could. The rattlesnake guy with, you know, slick guns and faster than anyone, man. You know, the devil went down to Georgia kind of dude, man. You know, the best in the West, and you better not even try, man, because you're going to die, you know, etc. That kind of dude, you know. But yet, he does that so well because he knows it's a movie. He has conscious presence and he's acting. He knows he's not killing anybody, and he knows he's not a rat, even though he might look like one. He loves being bad in the movie because it's innocent. It's not real. It lacks that quality of reality. Yet, he can, through his own dignity, his own personal dignity, bring out the indignity of himself and honor that presence by letting it be as bad as it wants to be in that make-believe world of the movie lots and, you know, the back hills of Valencia and those good old spaghetti westerns over there in Italy, too, man. And just all over the place, man. You live a good life when you get to act like that. You just got to make the money last from one project to another. And it's not always easy because, well, anyway, it's a harsh world there in Hollywood. But we know the pleasure now that Lee Van Cleef takes in those roles and why he can be such a nice guy off camera, man. You know, he's like a divine angel, man. He's part of charities and all kinds of shit. He's a good guy. People like to hang out with him. He's funny. He's like a comedian in his own right, man. You know, I don't even know if his presence is still with us in physical form, but I certainly feel him with us today, especially while that "Ooh, Once Upon a Time in the West" did play. Ooh, put chills up and down my spine as I was packing my bowl here, I'm telling you. You got Grandpa Coyote, Santa Claus himself. Well, in one form or another, I'm quite a bit skinnier. I couldn't do a pole dance if I tried. The pole would just laugh at me, man. But I am a revealing sort, and every now and then you never know what you might get. A friend and I were chattering the other day, and I was thinking, well, we were batting around, you know, some ideas about how to raise capital so we could do a few other things here, you know. Ooh, and there's some unique ideas batting around there that are quite revealing. I don't dare reveal them right now because they're just kind of in the formative stage. We'll see how it goes, you know. All we can say is it's Coyote Medicine each and every day, in each and every way. Here on the Coyote Medicine Show, your morning wake-up call, and so much more. From the very heart of the universe itself, the center of all love, the Hazy Radio Network. Yes, indeed. The veritable fountain of love itself, man. If you don't believe me, ask me, I'll tell you again. Where you been, man? Hazy is the place you come to get it clear, dear, right here in the morning, man. Nothing weird about that. It's beautiful. It's like a sunrise. It's like a dawning. It's like an awakening. It's like, oh, help me, Mom, rub the sanders out of my eyes so I can get up. Oh, what a lazy bum we are. We're so spoiled, Mom. Mom's taking such great care of us, you know. Did you ever notice that? You always got that mother energy hanging around in your life somewhere, man. Always looking out for you from that feminine point of view, the little bit wiser point of view, you know. That ain't quite as foolish as you are, you know what I mean? Male brothers. Ooh. And I hate to identify like in that way. Because I don't feel very male in that way. Not today. But it's been there, man. It's done that. But notice it's always encouraged to come back to its heart. There's always that shadow of the mother's love hanging in the background somewhere. The dirtiest SOB on earth, the meanest killer there could ever be, had a mother in the background somewhere, with her heart. Well, maybe she was grieving for her son. But at the same time, the heart was generating love for the present one that could just be nothing but the great destroyer. Says, please come back. Find your heart. Let go of your torment so you don't torment others. You see, that mother love is always there. In the worst of us, as well as the best of us. Those that, don't go out and get all satanic and kill 300 million people of their own kind and shit like that. I mean, we've done some crazy shit in this old movie, haven't we? Lee Van Cleef, so to speak, really got carried away in these roles, eh? Really, really. To the point where we exercise such wicked cruelty that we neglect the homeless, the unfortunate, the addicted, and so on and so forth. If we do anything to them, we throw them in jail. Otherwise, we, abuse them or ignore them. That neglect is the worst part of it. And that's only one element of our society that we're neglecting. We neglect ourselves tremendously, in this race towards, the fatter bank account or whatever the hell it was we were trying to do to get ourselves ahead in life. See, these are the ages when that kind of shit just fizzles out. The real Roman candle, the blossoming in life, happens when you give that shit up. That struggle, that, you got to go play that scammy game, man, and be on top of the heap. Oh, screw that. That's not the way of the heart. It's not the way of creation. Shoot, man, you want to create something in this world that people will remember you by? Create yourself. Find the generosity of your heart. Slow down and take time to be around the people you love, because that moment may not last forever. Time comes and goes pretty quick, and life can be fragile, baby. You want to appreciate every moment you live, no matter how it's given you. You got the opportunity to feel it, even if it's a harsh and mean thing you're undergoing, applied to you or from you, as the case may be. It's an equitous. You know what? That's what the tormentors don't see, is the tormentor and the tormentee are the same being, and the result is the same in both lives. See, there is an equity, and it's way beyond the concept of karma, way beyond that, because how do you pay for a role that you're playing? How do you pay for being the evil Lee Van Cleef and Gun and Gown? 35 guys in one Western. Inside of an hour-and-a-half movie, you've gone down 35 guys. Usually in gory detail, too, man. Shit. How can you live with yourself, man? You must be the great tormentor, the saint himself. I know it, man. Lee, you should hang, blah, blah, blah. See how carried away we get with the roles? We forget that's what it is that we're playing. It's a role in the midst of paradise. We created this nice little movie set, which includes the whole universe around us, of course. Had to have a big playground. We got the expansive heart. Lots of passion, man. We didn't know, even though we could see right into the future, we didn't know what to expect when the passion started going off. See, we could see projected realities, but the reality of truth manifested itself in a moment. A moment-to-moment basis, but a moment. You see, and that was the real proving right there. Could the heart disintegrate itself into a billion, trillion, gazillion little pieces, fracture itself out into the far reaches of reality, and lose its conscious presence there, and go so far from itself as to not know itself, and even deny its own presence inside of the living, to recreate itself in such a degenerate fashion that it would make the caveman seem honorable. Really honorable. That was simpler justice than even the Wild West, you see. It's all in the perspective by which you see it, because that's how you live it. Whether it's past, right now, or in the future, it doesn't matter. You're feeling it all right this moment anyway, and you wear it, inside and out. So it's all about finding the gratitude that improves your attitude, that then improves the creation around you. Amen and glory, hallelujah. Give me $50, please. Give me a hug anyway. Keep your 50. I need 150, baby. Brother Loves Traveling Medicine show here on the Hazy Radio Network, don't you know, with Grandpa Coyote, helping you spread those wings, take flight. Darlings, do you think we're getting it right? Do you think you feel this? Are you living this right along with me? I sure feel you living it. And I really hate to define it as you, because now it's like a presence of one. So I can't say you, me, you know. We're all, scattered around the world here that listen in and tune in here in this hazy sort of way. But we're all like living in the same place. And I think we're creating that place at the same time, too, because it's like we live there anyway. We can be anywhere in the universe and still be together as we realize the truthfully expansive nature of our place in creation. Then your presence doesn't need stargates and mysterious spaceships of one sort or another in order to get to where it's going. It's already got there, man. It just, kind of materialized there because it felt a need. It felt a pull there. It says, hey, somebody needs to talk to you, man. Formulate over here. Being, and you come right up out of the ground, basically, or out of the air, or whatever. You know what I mean? You just formulate there because you're already there. So your presence is in everything. Consciously present in everything, from the grains of sand to the subatomic to the majorest parts of, the universe is beyond the whole thing. We're alive in all of it, present in all of it. So there isn't a place anywhere in this truly existential reality that we aren't present already, and so we can realize ourselves in the conscious presence there at any time, any moment, any place, across the vastness of creation. It's not restricted to a universal word. See, we're freed from the prison now, the restriction of gravity, graveness, of heaviness, of duty and burden, and obligatory things that were just total bullshit that made you deny your own heart in order to serve a more honorable presence. What crap. The ability to retain honor here was the ability to be abused and still be loving. To recognize then at some point the love in whatever manifestation of life you're living, the Lee Van Cleef thing. Maybe you realize yourself how much, Dickie, are you listening? Maybe you realize how much you really enjoyed being the bad guy. Yeah, there was a part of you that was troubled by the massive annihilation. Of course. No one gets off scot-free. I mean, shit. That's a fantasy world, ain't it? Oh! Well, it's just a role we were playing. See how much you enjoyed it? See how you liked being Dick Cheney? Or the crazy old... Oh, I want to say the other word, but I'm not going to make any accusations. But you know who? That female disarmer, charmer that, is a dangerous little rattlesnake. You know who I'm talking about? Over on the other side of the political machinery, yeah. Which is the same side, really. What a dog and pony show that whole thing is, eh? But see, it just proves to us our own power, our own ability to change things. If we find that displeasing, we dissolve it away. By being what? Real inside of ourselves here in this moment of time, right now, today. You see, feel it all. Embrace it. Don't feel anything but what's real there. And what's resonating. You see, the golden glow flows in you. Life flows from you. That's your experience in it. So what's determining what's happening right now? The attitude of your heart. If you're still feeling grieved about something, in pain about something, the reality around you is going to feel it, and it's going to reflect it back to you, one way or another. Those of us that have animals and pets and stuff know how that works. If you're having kind of a miserable day, your dog will too, and so is your cat. She might scratch you or something, bite you, just for meanness, out of nowhere, reflecting back to you your discomfort in your reality, you see. But the very moment we get truthfully comfortable here, and I'm not talking about material goods or having the big soft mat, whatever, mattress or whatever. I'm talking about when we really feel good about ourselves inside, when we feel it's right, what we're doing, when we're okay in the role we're playing, when we're consciously present as the eternal being, the eternal heart in the role we're playing, then we're at peace. And we can expand and grow and get with the flow and be our generous off-camera self as well as the on if we choose to be. I mean, the movie's probably shot enough footage by now to, leave a good record behind and give the editors enough so they could throw film on the floor forever and then they'd never run out. It'd still be a good movie one way or the other. You can't screw this one up like they've done in the past and screwed with our history and hid everything, or tried to. You can't hide the truth. You just got to open your eyes, open your heart first, so then your eyes can see it. The signs are everywhere, and they're obvious. Very obvious. Mostly they come from inside of you, just in the direction and flow you take in life. But as you take that direction and flow, there's visible signs, like billboards on a highway, man. There's visible signs everywhere. And we've learned to ignore them, to not see them. Because it is a beautiful place we live in, and we don't want to see it marred by a bunch of billboards, but we got to pay attention to the obvious signs. Maybe you're going to have to go to the restroom, and you don't know it's 120 miles to the next piece of cactus to hide behind, let alone a gas station where, the dirty old restroom. Who wants to go in there? Go behind the cactus. It's cleaner. Just don't everybody go in the same place at the same time. Keep your turds off the parking lots. God, you guys are disgusting. Traveling in public out there, whew. Well, a lot of people are traveling right now this time of year, and babies, I know that you got it in gear. That wherever you go, you got the medicine flow going with you. The coyote medicine flow as well as the heart of this Mary Jane universe. Sorry, just being a little bit euphemistic. It's holidays, man. We got to celebrate the divine feminine, who brought forth the mastery of life from what? Her very womb, her very heart, her very love. By making love with her own creation, which wasn't supposedly in a male form, eh? It was just a movement of energy, man. Now, I don't know about you, but I've known friends in this lifetime who've become impregnated by otherwise mysterious circumstances, too, when they weren't having that kind of an association with anybody else yet. Bam, there it was, baby in the belly. Where'd that come from? Now, I'm not saying there's anything to those legends. I mean, and it doesn't really matter. Symbolically, it's another one of those signs. Pay attention. The mother is the whole and complete life, you see. The male is an extension and a great one of her person. He got lost along the way somehow, so the sunny one come back to shine for a little bit. So we could have holidays and celebrate pagan tree worship and, dance naked neath the moon if it wasn't too cold at night. We got a good fire going, etc. You see, to give us an excuse to come back to life at some point in time. To feel what we're living and live what we're feeling. And understand that's the source of all creation, our attitude. Our inclination, our basic, essential human heart. It's what makes this, despite the chaos, kind of a common sense reality. As each person has their recipe, and by golly, they're good at it, or they wouldn't be doing it. You see, you're going to fall back from this place of judgment where you feel pain and awkwardness and resistance into reality. Fall back from that. Anytime you see it, just fall back into the heart. Stay loving. Flow through the moment. Be okay with it. Just do what you got to do, whatever that is. But just fall back on the presence. Feel the peace, in other words. The reality of the truth flowing through you. And you'll see this situation far differently than you ever have before. And you will be literally rearranging your reality as you do so, making it a far more pleasant place to be. You've already seen signs of this. You're already living it. Now you just allow yourself to see it so you can be it. That's the honest living energy of a loving, creative heart in each and every one of us. Human beings, we're being now, babies. Ain't no more of this sleepwalking shit. We had enough. Way enough, wouldn't you say? What a beautiful Wowzer Wednesday. Here on this Coyote Medicine Show. Where else? Oh, but babies, the love that flows, called the Hazy Radio Network. Worldwide at hazyradio.com. We got it on, babies. Now so do you. Up with you out of the amazing muck in which we've mired ourselves to be in this unreality, this untruthful world of skullduggery and chicanery and all kind of deviance and sick, disordered kind of shit. Oh my goodness. How do we ever live with it, babies? How did we ever get through? We learn to love it. That's what we do, babies. Each human being is a lean, mean love machine, babies, and we share a common energy. A common heart, I call it. But the heart is just the associating place, the juncture of all reality, you see. The energy comes from all around us and within us because we're made of that energy too. That's our unity. The energy field in which we live, you see. And when I talk about journeying in the physical world and the mystical one as well, and gathering together pieces of yourself, it's getting back in your own vibratory harmony where everything runs in tune. We've lived in kind of a chaotic place where every piece in the orchestra ran its own way. But then, just like the magic of old Boston Pops when they did this one day, it starts to have a melody, a symphony, a harmony down the middle of it. There's a thread of harmony at the root of the chaos. And in fact, that's what creates the chaos, because you know the harmony. So you know chaos as chaos when it's disharmonious, right? You see, we had to know. How do you stay in tune? Take yourself as far out of it as you can. Make it sound terrible. Make it the worst it can possibly be, and you'll never go there again. You see, your heart brings you out of it. Says, no, we can't endure this disharmony. The more you've poured on, the worse it gets, the more your heart won't let you stay there. You see, that's the basic principle at work here. Embrace your humanity then, and set yourself free. Be this creation that you feel. Flow with it because it's real. And you're the creator in it as well as the creation, you see. That's the message of all the grand ones that have come in human form. Like this one we celebrate this time of year. You see, but that one told us this one is you. What I do, you do too. We're all in it together, see. And that's been repeated throughout the ages. A little reminder comes up every now and then, sometimes in a powerful way. So much so that one man can affect the turn of history and have time based upon his birth and death, etc. You know, I mean, it's crazy. But it's cool as a cucumber. It shows us just a little indication of our true ability to affect this creation. It's a microcosmic experience in a much vaster field of life, yes, right? But such a significant one that we honor it to this day, for whatever it might be. This is why we have a holiday. It's not just that one person. It's that one person in all of us. And again, I direct you to the mother love, from which all life arises. You see, there are these ancient ones that we brought here with us in kind of the invisible realm, but very visible, very powerful within us. And because we allowed them the trusted power of creation while we stepped away from it, they could create for us, despite our desperation here. So they've created these living moments. In the metaphor, with people like Jesus, it's us, and the Divine Mary Jane. See, they were the same being. People discount the female. Make your women stay silent in the churches and shit. What a heresy. What an unreality. Embrace the mother and you're never alone. I'm talking about the mother inside of each and every one of us. The mother that we represent in the outside way, too. We still have her marks upon us. We are an extension of her heart and soul. This mother of creation called Gaia, the mother love, who personified herself into human form and begat this great expansion of experience we call humanity. How about that, eh? See how far we got from it? We made creation into an authoritarian dickhead, an arrogant being that had jealousy and rage and shit, you know? Well, we like the passion that, you know, we see that as powerful, because we know there is power in our passion. Well, sometimes it feels like you're beating your head against the wall. You can't be passionate enough here. It just doesn't work. You know, that's the flame out time. That's when the flame goes clear out, but that's also when it regenerates itself and consumes the old reality in the Yule log of this season. Just breaks it right down to dust and ashes. But it's some of the most fertile magic dust ever created of the flame of life. The regenerative flame. And in it is the blueprint of the phoenix arising. And that's what we're feeling here today, in that coyote way, as we take a step in that new direction, eh? The old ones are with us through and through. Cosmic mystery fulfilled in me and you. See, it's the end of a long cycle in season. And like the dream we don't want to awaken from because there's so much greatness being experienced there, we have a little difficulty letting go of this one too. Just remember it's a nightmare. It'll make it a little easier. Focus on all the negative aspects. You want to get out of here now. And how? Oh, baby, I'm just kidding you around. Embrace yourself. Know your heart. Be the love that you are. It's really that simple. Just go with the flow. That's what we're all feeling, don't you know? Here on the Coyote Medicine Show. Only and exclusively on the loving light we call the Hazy Radio Network, baby. It'll lighten you up all right, man, all the way around. 24/7 messages from heaven here on the Hazy Radio Network. You want to get it clear, tune in here. HazyRadio.com. Hazy, we love you. And thanks you guys for being here, for the presence of your love in this grand manifestation of our presence into creation. We're not stepping back from it anymore. The more it comes through us, the more we embrace it and become it. Darlings, it's just our lot in life. We can't help it. That's why we were born such restless souls. Like we were indeed born under a wandering star. Where's that song when I need it? Let's see if we can find him real quick. Because we certainly have. That's been our experience. But what a sweet ride it has been. So Lee, Marvin, somebody wake up Lee back there in the back end of the, oh man, come on baby. I know how to do it. See, I have to search this stuff up real quick. There we are, yeah. And it's all in what you use for keywords, you know. All the music and tunage we play here, by the way, which is very holiday-oriented this particular time of year, is live and spontaneously selected as the program is underway. So it just continues the flow of the day and brings us up in that brand new way. Thanks again for being here, babies. I will be back with another 5-hour free flight tomorrow morning. A thrilling Thursday. The day before the day before the day after that. 7 a.m. Eastern, 5 a.m. Mountain. The Coyote Medicine Show, your morning wake-up call, and so much more. Yes, indeed. Hey, and listen, stay tuned now to the Hazy Radio Network for just a few more hours here, babies, because we got some repetitious coyote experience for you here coming right up after the conclusion of this here episode, okay? So another 2 hours of flower power, man, the coyote way. Here on the Hazy Radio Network, yes, indeedy, Grandpa Coyote and the whole cast and crew, babies. We know what to do. Now, so do you. Merry Christmas, everyone.